stay safely at home. So today I'm discussing production of electricity from nuclear energy. Alright, now you know that if you want to produce electricity from nuclear energy, then we need some nuclear reaction. So what is the name of the nuclear reaction? Generally from which we get the electrical energy. You must remember it. Controlled nuclear fission reaction. Each and every term present here, it is important. So do not drop anything while writing the answer. So which reaction, by which reaction electricity is produced? Controlled nuclear fission reaction. Alright, so before knowing how the electricity is produced, we have to know what is it. Clear? Now, uranium-235, if it is bombarded by a slow moving neutron means its energy is less. Almost it is 1 mega electron volt, then it is known as the slow moving neutron. So when uranium-235 is bombarded by a slow moving neutron, then what happens? Uranium-235, it breaks into two almost equal fragments, and they are known as the barium and krypton. Here I have written their mass number and atomic number. Atomic number is 56, mass number 141, and for krypton the atomic number is 36, mass number is 92. Then the most important part, here you see 1 Newton bombarding uranium-235, but after the reaction 3 neutron will be produced and a large amount of energy. The energy produced, I have written it by delta E. Is that clear? So this reaction is known as the fission reaction. I hope it is clear that when uranium-235 is bombarded means that it will come with a high speed and it will collide with the uranium-235. Alright, that does not mean just like the chemical reaction that you will put two substances one after another side by side and they will react. No. In this case, what actually has to be done? That neutron, it should move with high speed, collide with uranium-235, then barium, krypton and 3 neutron, and a large amount of energy will be produced. This reaction is known as the fission reaction. Now, in this reaction, you see what I have written, 1 uranium nucleus, isn't it? 92 uranium-235 means it is representing 1 uranium nucleus. Now, is it possible to separate only 1 uranium nucleus? No, not at all. So, what we do? We take a bulk of uranium. Means suppose you have taken uranium-235 as a bar. Alright. So, within that bar, uranium-235 bar, several uranium nucleus are present. So, if you consider the reaction just like this, suppose this is the first uranium nucleus which is bombarded by a neutron. Then what will happen? After the reaction, 3 neutrons are produced. I am not showing barium and krypton, alright, that they are the waste material. So here 1 neutron bombarding 1 uranium, and then what is happening? 3 neutrons are produced. Then these 3 neutrons, what they will do? They will bombard again 3 uranium nucleus. So when they will bombard 3 uranium nucleus, then you see here 3 neutrons will be produced. Here 3 neutrons will be produced. Here 3 neutrons. So what is happening? Just you understand. In the first step, 1 neutron taking part in the reaction. Second step, 3 neutrons taking part in the reaction. Then in the third step, 3 into 3 into 3 means how much? 3 into 3 into 3, 27. 27, sorry, 3 into 3 into 3, 3 and 3, not into, plus. So, it is 9 neutron are taking part in the reaction. Then what will happen? Again it will bombard the uranium nucleus. So, here you see how much it is happening. 3, then 3, then 3. Here also 3. So you see in one case it is becoming 9. So for this one also 9, this one also 9, 27 neutron are taking part in the reaction. So understand it, what is happening. First step, 1 reaction, 1 neutron taking part. Second step, 3 neutron taking part. Third step, 9 neutron taking part. Fourth step, 27 neutron taking part. So what is happening? That it is becoming uncontrolled. And not only that, the reaction is taking place in a chain. So it is known as uncontrolled chain reaction. This is known as chain reaction and it is known as uncontrolled chain reaction. Why? Because at each and every step, the number of neutron produced, it will get multiplied and rate of reaction. What is the term I have used? Rate of reaction. Rate of reaction will also get multiplied at every step. So as a result, a very, very large amount of energy will be produced at the end. So if we have the uncontrolled nuclear chain reaction, then what is the result? Result is that we will get a very large amount of energy. From that energy, we cannot produce electricity at a steady rate. Alright, because you know, whenever we are using any source of energy to produce electricity, then the source of energy should be able to provide the electricity at a steady rate. So, uncontrolled chain reaction cannot produce electricity at a steady rate. That's why we have to control the fission reaction. Alright, so you see how you can control the fission reaction. Just consider this case. First step, 1 neutron bombarding the uranium-235, 3 neutrons are produced. Now what you have done? You have used one thing that is known as the controlling rod. Alright, so controlling rod you are using. What it is doing, it is absorbing the extra neutron. It will enter into the controlling rod and it will be absorbed by the controlling rod. Is that clear? So you see, when you are using the controlling rod, then these 2 neutrons, they are stopped to take part in further reaction. So how many neutron are taking part? 1 neutron. Then again it will produce 3 neutron. Then what you are doing by the controlling rod, you are stopping the 2 neutron. So this is the way what you are doing. You are allowing only 1 neutron to take part in the reaction and you are keeping the rate of reaction constant. You are keeping the energy produced constant. Alright. So what is controlling rod? You have to remember what is controlling rod. I am saying it verbally. You please note it down in the copy. Controlling rod is the device by which the rate of reaction kept constant. Again I am repeating, controlling rod is the device by which rate of reaction is kept constant by absorbing excess neutron at every step of reaction. By absorbing excess neutron at every step of reaction. So what is the function of controlling rod? To keep the rate of reaction, to keep the production of energy constant. Alright. Now, what is the material used for controlling rod? For controlling rod, we use cadmium or boron. What is the material we use to make controlling rod? Cadmium or boron. Alright, so by using a controlling rod, what we are doing? We are controlling the fission reaction, keeping the rate of reaction constant. So after use of the controlling rod, the reaction you are getting, that is known as controlled nuclear fission reaction. Alright, so far whatever I have discussed, if your antenna is unable to catch all the signals, there is no problem. But remember only 2 facts, that what is the name of reaction that we use to produce electricity, that is controlled nuclear fission reaction. Alright. Then second question, how we control the fission reaction? By using controlling rod. Controlling rod is made up of cadmium or boron, and controlling rod keeps the rate of reaction constant by absorbing the excess number of neutrons. Now, in case of controlled nuclear fission reaction, another problem arises. Alright, what is the problem? Understanding. When these neutrons are produced here, these neutrons, they are not slow moving neutron. I told you at the beginning that how the fission reaction, chain reaction takes place when uranium is bombarded by slow moving neutron. Now here what happens, these neutrons are fast moving neutron. So if the neutrons are fast moving, then what will happen, that instead of breaking the uranium nucleus into two fragments, instead of having another set of fission reaction, it is simply passed through the uranium-235 atom. So what we need to do, this fast moving neutron as converted into slow moving neutron. We need to convert the fast moving neutron to a slow moving neutron. So that is done by moderator. So what is moderator? You have to learn and remember. Moderator is the device which slows down fast moving neutron. Alright, what is moderator? It is a device which slows down fast moving neutron. Alright, so this is the point you have to remember. So to have controlled nuclear fission reaction, first of all what we need? Controlling rod, and second thing what we need moderator. What is moderator? It is a device which slows down fast moving neutron. Now the material we use as moderators are graphite or heavy water. Heavy water, what is the meaning? I hope everybody knows. You know that hydrogen are having three isotopes: hydrogen, deuterium, protium, deuterium and tritium. So here heavy water means instead of H2O, means instead of taking protium, if you take deuterium, then that is known as heavy water. So graphite and heavy water are used as moderator. And what is moderator? It is a device which slows down the first moving neutron. Now the question arises then, where the controlled fission reaction takes place? It takes place in nuclear reactor. So this is another term you have to understand and learn. Nuclear reactor is a device by which we convert nuclear energy into electrical energy. Alright, nuclear reactor is what? Nuclear reactor is a device by which we can convert nuclear energy into electrical energy. So here the simple diagram of the nuclear reactor. This diagram you can draw it in your copy from the book itself. Alright, so what is the main structure? Just consider in the nuclear reactor. In the nuclear reactor, this is the main chamber where the reaction takes place. So what is the reaction takes place? Controlled nuclear fission reaction. So if you want to have controlled nuclear fission reaction, then you need the fuel rod. So what is the fuel rod? Uranium rod, which is the source of energy. So these are the uranium rod. Alright. Then uranium rod is kept within a piece of moderator. Moderator is what? Graphite block. Alright. Now this piece, this rectangular piece, this is the graphite block. So within the graphite block, the uranium rods are there. Then you see another long rods are there. They are the controlling rods. Okay. In between, controlling rods are there. Now, this is kept within a chamber. This chamber is made by double-walled lead and concrete box. All right. Again, this chamber is having two outlets. You see, this is one outlet and this is one outlet. Through this outlet, what is circulated? That is coolant. Why coolant? Because when the fission reaction takes place, then nuclear energy, it is converted first into heat energy. Alright. So that heat, if it is not carried out from the chamber, then what will happen? The chamber will simply burst. Clear? So we need to cool it down. So how the cooling down means how it is cooled down? You can use it. Simple water is circulated within this one. You see the path. This is another chamber within which there is a zigzag pipe, and here from here it is coming, then this is the path, it is again coming to this chamber. So through this closed path, coolant, which is nothing but water, is circulated by a pump. Alright, so what the water is doing? Water is carrying the heat energy outside. You see here, when it is entering, then it is cold water, and then when it is coming out from here, then it is very hot water, means almost it is steam. Clear? Now come to this point, then this controlling rods. Here you see the controlling rods are the only device which is out of the chamber, and this main chamber, again for the safety purposes, it is kept within a bigger chamber. This is also made up of double-walled lead and concrete. Why lead and concrete? Because uranium-235, barium, krypton, all of them, they are the radioactive sources, so they emit continuously alpha, beta and gamma radiation, which is very harmful for any living being. So that's why this concrete rod, entire chamber is put within the concrete lead and concrete box, lead and concrete chamber, because lead and concrete absorb the harmful radioactive radiation. So whatever harmful radioactive radiation, it will be confined within this chamber. It will not come out from the chamber. Alright. Now look at the controlling rod. Why the controlling rods are coming out of the chamber? Because you see, once the reaction will start, nobody can come within within that chamber. No, means it is not a question only to get inside it. So you have to control it from outside. So you see, if you insert the controlling rod fully within the chamber, then what will happen? The entire reaction will be stopped. And when you will pull out each controlling rod, it means you are exposing more amount of uranium rod, means you are increasing rate of reaction. So how by the controlling rod we control the rate of reaction? If you want to decrease the rate of reaction, you push it down. Alright. And if you want to increase the rate of reaction, what to do? You pull it up. Alright. So that is the purpose of the controlling rod. Now come to this chamber. Here you see there is a chamber through which again cold water is circulated through this zigzag pipe. Now the question is, why zigzag pipe? Zigzag pipe, due to this reason that cold water will be able to stay within this pipe for longer period of time, and it will exchange, it will accept heat from outside. Just understand it. Cold water coming, it is become very hot, becoming steam. Steam is coming here. So here it is high temperature steam. So the cold water, when it will go pass through this zigzag path, it will also become very hot. It will be converted into steam. Then the steam is allowed to fall on the turbine chamber. Within that, turbines are there. Turbine means what? It is a big giant wheel. So on the giant wheel, when the steam will fall, the wheel will rotate. Then it is connected to the shaft of the generator. Then shaft is connected to the armature of the generator. Means simply it will start up the generator and the electricity will be produced. Alright. So this is the way, by using a nuclear reactor, you can produce electricity from nuclear energy. Now here, what is coolant? Coolant is the material which cool down the main chamber where the reaction takes place, and generally we use liquid nitrogen also sometimes used as coolant, and sometimes simple water is also used as coolant. So whatever I have discussed now, means so far, if you consider the question, never this diagram came in your board exam. So but you must learn the this one, the diagram of the nuclear reactor. Then the points you must remember is which reaction, controlled nuclear fission reaction, then what is controlling rod, what is moderator, and what is coolant. These are the things you must learn from the topic till now I have discussed. Now the two topics I am discussing, that advantage and disadvantage of production of electricity from nuclear energy. These two are important for your exam and you have to learn and remember. So what are the advantage? Advantage is that a small amount of uranium-235 can produce the energy, means electricity, for a long period of time. Alright, means a very small amount of energy, uranium, will give you electricity for longer period of time. And then the second advantage is that if you consider the means thermal power station, every day loading of coal is needed. But for this one, the nuclear power plant, what happens, once you load the plant by the nuclear fuel, then it will continuously give you energy for a longer period of time. So what are the advantages? A very small amount of nuclear fuel can produce a tremendous amount of energy. And second point, once the nuclear fuel is loaded into the nuclear power plant, it continues to release energy over a long period. Then what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages is that it is not at all a clean source of energy. Why it is not a clean source of energy? Because uranium-235, means before the reaction, reactant, and after the reaction product you are getting barium and krypton, they are all radioactive and they continuously emit radioactive radiation alpha, beta and gamma, which is very, very harmful to all the living beings. That's why the workers, they are working in the nuclear power plant, they need a special kind of protection. That is the disadvantage. And what is the second disadvantage? You know that in case of when you are getting energy by burning coal. So by burning coal, what is the waste produced? Ash is produced. So what you can do? You can dispose ash very easily. The safe disposal of ash is possible very easily. But in this case of nuclear power plant, what is the waste produced? Waste produced is barium and krypton, which are very much harmful. So that's why how the waste material should be disposed. They are kept in a very large box made up of large and completely closed box made up of lead and concrete, and then these boxes are either buried deep inside the earth or they are just thrown on the inside the sea or ocean. Alright, so that is the way the waste material is disposed in case of the nuclear power plant. So safe disposal is not at all, means safe disposal is means what I can say, a difficult job in case of nuclear power plant. So these are the two disadvantages of nuclear power plant, that it is not a clean source of energy, as barium, uranium, barium and krypton all are radioactive. And second is the waste obtained from the nuclear power plant causes a high degree of environmental pollution. So kindly learn advantage and disadvantage of production of electricity from nuclear energy, because this is the most frequently asked question in your board exam. Thank you girls.